Inspo Family Parent Talk, a podcast to help parents with the struggle of parenting. Parent Talk is designed to remind all of us that you are not alone in your struggles, feelings, and, well, parenting. I'm your host, Alexandria, and I'm so glad that you've joined us today. Today's topic is kids getting hurt. Now, I'm not talking about kids getting physically hurt. I mean more emotionally hurt, like getting their feelings hurt. And, this sucks for anyone, not just kids. But the difference between us as adults or parents and the children is, as adults should know how to navigate through their feelings when they are experiencing them. And, kids have no idea how to navigate through their feelings when they're experiencing them, let alone identifying what they're feeling. So kids are new to this whole world. They're still trying to figure everything out in the world. So when a feeling comes up, they're not sure the correct word to associate with how they're feeling. So that is what our job is as a parent to do. In order for parents to do said job, we will need to know words that go with emotions, as well as how to be healthy in expressing our feelings in those emotions. This is actually a great learning exercise for both parent and child. So the basic emotions are what? Happy, sadness, anger. Happiness is pretty easy. It's an easy one to show because most children tend to be very happy, and we as parents have a really bad habit of when our child is sad, especially at less than a year old, we distract them and try to make them feel happy, right? Sad is a bit more complex because when a child is sad, we tend to distract them, like I said, filling to try and make them happy, which I'm sure, it's been done for generations and generations. But I think it's time that the generation cycle gets broken because we need to empathize with our children when they're sad. We need to sit with them in their sadness and just be there for them. It's kind of like the movie Inside Out, how it shows you joy and sadness have to work together in order to fix Riley's world. Because you can't just suppress one emotion over another. Because that's how kids get hurt. Kids get hurt, and that's just how the world is. Adults get hurt. But now, let's move to anger. So anger has such a wide range of feeling behind it. It can be subtle. It can be as subtle as frustration, or it can be overwhelming like pure hatred. We as adults can somewhat know the difference, or should somewhat know the difference, but children can't determine that. So when a child is angry, we should sit with them through this emotion as well. And trust me, it takes a lot of patience. So talk them through it. Identify the emotion and feelings so they can make it less complex in their minds and bodies. And that sometimes helps them to ease that anger a little bit, because I'm sure the frustration of not knowing what it is that they're feeling can definitely boost that emotion for them. So my youngest has a sensory disorder, and one of the hardest things for me to do was to deal with his anger, because he used to go from 0 to 100 in a matter of a second, more so than most toddlers, and it would be over the smallest things. So what his therapist taught us was to step back and decide if this is a little problem or a big problem. And they have to decide it because it's their world, so he has to decide what it is. So if he felt it was a big problem, then he had to sit down in a calm area, and he had certain things that he had to do in that area, and vice versa if it was a small problem. But it's more severe if it's a bigger problem, because there's more meditation type stuff for that. But that's the point, is we have to get our children to the point to identify what really is going on with them. And kids don't just feel emotions in their heart or in their mind. They feel it in their bodies. So their hands, or their feet, so they'll like punch and kick and things like that, So once you can identify emotions with children, it'll make it easier to be there and walk them through when they get hurt by other children. So you're essentially being their subconscious or trying to build up that subconscious. And this is also how they will be able to have healthy coping skills when you are not around, or, like I said, even be able to tell an adult if the feeling is too overwhelming for them and they need help. So when kids are getting hurt, we need to make sure that we are there for them because they do need us. Remember, Inspo Family is a place where families grow. So grow through kindness because kindness matters, and so do you. For more great content, please visit inspofamily.com. INSPO family.com. Thanks for listening.